Uday, you are logging in from home or office?
Office, sir.
Office. Oh.
Yes. Yes. Home will be better. It is dark here. My home will be better because the work from home atmosphere I created in home.
Okay, nice. Normally, what are your working hours at office? You'll be late?
Yes, sir. Usually I will start by morning 10:30 or late. Late means 11 o'clock or something.
Okay.
Then till late night, sir. Means maybe 9:30, 10 or something.
Oh.
Yeah. Yes, sir.
Entrepreneurship is highly demanding. I can understand that.
Sir, we need more and more, sir. With the streamlined one, sir.
True. Where do you stay?
Sir, I stay in this Madhapur, my home, Abraham, next to the ITC hotel. Road number 45, Jubilees.
Road number 45. Yeah.
Yeah, the new bridge at the end of the bridge.
You mean to say next to ITC Kohinoor?
Yes, yes, exactly. Next building of ITC Kohinoor.
Yes, yes.
And office is in road number 14, Banjara Hills.
Okay, okay.
Very nearby, sir. Only 5 minutes travel.
Yeah, correct.
5 minutes.
Correct. Okay, it's 7:30 and I think we should start. Okay.
Yes, sir.
A very good evening and welcome to ICFAI's Wise Views Leadership Conversations, ladies and gentlemen. Today we have a very distinguished young leader, Mr. Uday Srinivas. He is the founder and CEO of Tea Time. He is going to talk about his journey and also answer many questions about how to streamline an entrepreneurial venture, especially in an unorganized sector and highly competitive at that. Ladies and gentlemen, what I will do now is I will request the organizer to allow me to share my screen so that I will introduce the guest, and after that we will have the Q&A straight away. I understand that today is New Year's Eve, and our leadership conversations actually are uninterrupted, not on holidays, not on festivals, not even on New Year's Eve we stop. There is no stopping of learning. Therefore, we continue. And I hope in the next year as well, we will continue to have uninterrupted sessions every Friday at 7:30 p.m. So let me now introduce Mr. Uday. I hope you can see the screen.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, these leadership conversations we have been having, this is the 37th conversation. As I mentioned earlier, over the last 7 months, we have been hosting these conversations with highly distinguished leaders from all walks of life. So today we have Mr. Uday Srinivas. He has put together a great chain of tea stores across the country, and we will get into more interesting details in the next few slides. He's going to talk about formalizing entrepreneurship over a cup of tea. That is the theme. And the first 15 minutes or so will be opening remarks to be delivered by the guest, Mr. Uday, followed by question and answers. We will spend more time interacting with the audience in terms of the questions that they have posed at the time of registration, so that almost all the questions are addressed. This is a young, dynamic and handsome founder, MD of Tea Time with us. Mr. Uday Srinivas Tangella is an engineering graduate by education, and by profession he is an entrepreneur. Mr. Uday Srinivas is adept at ever-changing business environment and has founded 2 companies so far with diverse spheres of influence in technology and retail. Mr. Uday took up a near impossible challenge of providing premium quality product to consumers at a lower price, which has never been achieved in the retail industry, not just in India, not even around the world. We are waiting to see what he has done. The birth of Tea Time, which is the brand name of this organization, was a groundbreaking achievement which provides premium quality beverages at an affordable price to consumers without cutting any corners. Trust me, I tasted tea at many outlets of Tea Time and it is wonderful. He was magnanimous enough to share his success with other individuals. He shares knowledge with other budding entrepreneurs as well whenever there is an opportunity. That's a very good thing. Tea Time has created more than 2,500 entrepreneurs franchisee network and 1,000 women entrepreneurs network. That's pretty large by any standard. Mr. Uday's vision is to empower the common population and determine to bridge the gap that existed in the accessibility of a premium quality product, which has led to the formation of India's largest tea chain. His vision resulted in creating employment to 10,000 individuals and indirect employment to over 25,000 people and vendors. That is a pretty impressive profile of a very young entrepreneur, and we are extremely proud, Mr. Srinivas, today to have you with us. And before I welcome Mr. Uday to start his talk, I must mention that we are talking to someone who has created India's largest tea cafe chain, and probably it is the world's largest tea cafe chain, but we are staring at figures like 24,000 retail outlets by Starbucks, but that's predominantly coffee-led. In China, we have Luckin Coffee, which is also having large number of outlets, but less than Starbucks. But if you take tea as a prime mover and tea-oriented products, I think it is Tea Time which wins down handsomely, and not just in India, but also around the world. But in a short span of about 3 to 4 years, I think Mr. Uday has achieved this. Let us all join hands to welcome him and listen to Mr. Uday Srinivas' journey. As I mentioned earlier, the chronicles of Tea Time and the industry Tea Time belongs to. Over to you, Mr. Uday, and thank you very much for agreeing to spend your time with us on New Year's Eve. Thank you.
Good evening and a warm welcome to our moderators, Prasad Garu and Sudhakar Rao Garu, and very kind, so kind and nice to hear such a great words about me. Means I feel very great by your words, and it is very touching. And apart from this, and I thanking you all the team of ICFAI who is sharing the same space with me in this privileged meeting, and all the guests who have joined this meeting in the most precious time to celebrate the next coming new year. So as I sir told, Sudhakar sir told, there is no stop for learning in any point of time, in any season, any festival or anywhere. So, okay, and sir introduced me more than I deserved, actually. Thank you very much, sir. And so let's begin my journey. So I was just a normal graduate like any other one. And I don't know what I'm gonna do after my graduation or anything, like so many other undergraduates doing their graduates. Means, okay, I'm doing this and later on what I will do. Then I started, sir told me, because there is a very small gap for graduating and getting into the business, means whether we are going to work or we will start our own business or simply sitting idle and doing something. So I passed all these 3 stages. I graduated, then I was sitting idle, and then I went into a tech line like any other young graduate. Then in between, when I was in abroad, a thought came to my mind that there are so much of branded stores in the country. means, and the branded stores means quality drinks serving to everyone. Almost all the people are affordable to have that cup of drink or anything. So then when I come back to India, means means what are the brands, any brands, means multinational brands or bigger brands for a good quality and branded coffee shop or a chain of restaurants are limited to only cities. Means where else in abroad, if you, as I saw mentioned, Starbucks, means the whole country knows about the Starbucks. If you take McD, the whole country knows about the McD. And some other cafe in China, the whole country knows about it. In India, what is the brand which is known for the entire nation, where any Indian can go and have a drink with trust, with means with a trust that where I can get a minimum quality. Then anywhere you go in India, when we started, anywhere you go in India, if you want to have some good tea, first thing what we will do is that we will go to the town and ask, where can I have a good tea? Where can I have a good tea? Or where can I have a lunch? Or where can I have a breakfast? Means there is, with a country population of more than 130 or 140 crores, means we don't even have a single brand which is recognized and known to the entire country. Means India deserves such kind of brands, retails, serving, means where every Indian must know and trustly, means with confident they can walk over it without checking the quality or asking anyone. So then when I come back to India, I started this tea time as a small cafe. Means there's so many people, I mean, so many brands in the world will serve the coffee. Means the coffee, most of our Indians doesn't drink the cappuccinos, and we are not adapted to such kind of drinks. So I thought of what to start and how to start. Then I thought of most of the Indians drink tea. That's why I choose tea. And to serve means whom I want to serve. Means I want to serve the entire nation. Entire nation means whom they are filled with. They are filled with common men. Not only India, world is filled with common men. Means what is the average affordable price for the tea for the entire nation? Okay, I did entire nation affordability price is maybe 10, but can we bring that tea below 10 rupees and make profit with that one? Then I myself amazed and shocked to see the numbers. Means by acquiring the best available tea leaves, means processed tea leaves with the available best milk and available best water and sugar. Maybe we will add sugar or sugarless maybe. So these are the only things which is required to prepare a tea. So after getting all the things best in the market, to prepare a cup of tea which is less than 10 rupees, means I'm making a profit of more than 100%. Means I was shocked to see. Means to give that at 10 rupees, what are the things I have to follow? I have to, what are the things I have to follow? Means cut down the real estate, rentals, then the unnecessary fancy interiors, and how with the basic hygiene, which country deserves. Means our country deserves, I felt this by bottom of my heart. Our country deserves better cup of tea. Then I started like minimizing the manpower. Then I started in a small town where which is immediately known to everyone. Means which will be fast spreading. Means there is no brand, there is no cafe, there is no brand known for a common man. Then I started the town called Rajahmundry. Then I started the tea time there. And on the first day itself I got means it's the most funny thing is that uh, there was an opening in few days, and I don't even have a logo. So then I went to an internet shop and I designed it logo by paying 300 rupees, 300 bucks for the tea time logo, which is known most of the people, means many people in the country. So I started with that like that, and I started serving the tea. By before that, I had a small homework of making it into a regularized by formula making tea. Means no need of proper chef thing. Anybody who any worker can make a tea by using that formula. I like to streamline the process of making tea. Then I started serving the tea in a small town, and which is means I got a very huge response from the public. Then it became very famous within a weeks. Then I started serving more, and I got a potential at a place that I'm from morning to evening. Even after I'm serving, the sale is limited after 2-3 months. Then I started two, three more branches. Then I came to know that operating this so many people, because I'm an individual with no organization behind me. I'm an individual just. Then I came to know that it's becoming tougher for me to operate more stores on my own. Then thought of spreading across, but India needs better cup of tea is the only vision I have. So if I'm not able to do, then how I have to do it? Then I started thinking of franchising. Then I started giving the franchising. As soon as I announced the franchising, people started coming and taking the franchises. At that time also, we have only 4-5 employees by that time, because with for 4-5 stores running on my own, I created 4-5 employees on my own for the backend, for the operations. Then I started giving the franchises, and you can't believe it, till 100 franchises, I don't even have an office, where I started sitting in my car and started giving the 100 franchises in my car itself, and myself visiting in the selecting of the outlets, and visiting on my own. And the franchisee system also not at means properly designed it well. Then after making it 100, learning by myself step by step, means okay, streamline the process of sales, streamline the process of operations, means which I need an office. Then I decided all these things, and I started an office and appointed a few sales people, few operation people, few purchase people, and streamlined the entire process after 100 outlets. I streamlined the sales, purchase, operations, and started giving the franchises. Means it's growing, keep on growing, keep on growing, keep on growing. Means I felt the vacuum in the, means how much vacuum is there for the 3 lakh crore market of tea. Means there is not even a single brand which is selling tea in a proper hygiene quality way for a common man. Means then I came to know how much vacuum it is. Now I want to spread it where means to the entire nation. Means I have to come to Hyderabad. Then I came to Hyderabad and started an office here. Then till then there is no stopping anywhere. Uh, till now, our company has reached more than 2,500 to 2,800 franchises in between, and there are so many achievements we made in this journey, like 107 shops opening in a single day, which I don't think so no brand can achieve this one. And uh, vision is becoming bigger. Means how to achieve all these things. Then I started with the next state. People came to me, and the I spread it in interstates also. Like I moved out to Tamil Nadu, I moved to Kerala, I moved to Karnataka. Now like that, which is present in 14 states in the entire nation. And still every day we receive n number of calls to open, and we have an offices. And means for the supply chain, how to streamline the supply chain. Then I started giving the master franchisee, which is responsible for the entire district there, who will take care of the supply chain. Means when a unit franchisee is given, they must not suffer because of the supply chain. So anywhere in India, any tea time, now if they ordered the stock, it will reach them within a 24 hours of time, like any other multinational companies, FMCG product supply chain. Wherever the tea time is present, our supply chain became so stronger with own interest and investing their own money. It became so strong. Why? The quality of the tea time is always good, because it is franchisee owned and franchisee operated. The ownership will brings the more quality, means more responsibility, more deliverables, like that. So when it is becoming unstoppable, means really it is becoming unstoppable, and we are spreading across so many states. And because of the pandemic, we are stopped. Otherwise, it might have started in abroad also. So all these things are about is the present situation of the tea time. So now, what is the next vision of the tea time? Next vision of the tea time is that with my knowledge and with my effort, it is at this level. Now, later on, I came to know there is a where I need a catalyst, means introducing a brand strategist. How it will make a difference. Introducing a brand strategist, let to make the brand feel means to present the brand globally, and organized operations in a more way. Then I started introducing the ERP, then CRM, customer relationship management, and lead management. And I'm streamlining it digitally, means where my franchisee owners now started operating digitally, means a common man who is sitting in somewhere village near Kanyakumari or somewhere near in Maharashtra is doing the business with the mobile, which is owned by him, and making their livelihood. In this process, as SR told with the numbers it created, I'm very proud to create such so many employees. And all this started with serving a quality cup of tea. Means if a cup of tea can do this many jobs, just imagine there are so many products in India which they deserve better. Means actually the tea market is not at all, it's a formalized, means it is on a roadside or just in a restaurant, that's it. Means there is no proper shop for the serving of tea. Then as soon as I started this one, the people who came after that, who wants to serve the tea, if you they want to open the tea store, it became a revolutionary thing of serving the tea. Means they want to serve the tea, sell the tea, they have to come up with basic hygiene level, basic appearance, and the basic quality tasted. Then only the people are moving in. It becomes a revolutionary step and a pride moment for the tea time, that all this type of the unhygiene shops are getting away, going away, and the hygiene platform making way for the hygiene platform. And to make all these things, I didn't increase the cost of the tea, means which can be served at the same price with a better quality. So India needs this betterment, this formalization in so many departments, not only in FMCG, or you take any department or any product, you need that formalization. Means if you are streamlining any product with a quality and reasonable price, the world will accept that one. Along with that, the quality, reasonable price, and you need a better story to tell to the people about your product. Means that is always important to an entrepreneur. Means I didn't create the tea, I told the tea story in this way, by giving a name, by giving the quality, and by giving it in a reasonable price. So always we have to tell your story in a very good way, so that the people will always welcome you for any good product. And what will you achieve through this? We always have to invest in design thinking. What will you achieve through this design thinking? Design thinking means to create a brand, where to place your product, to whom you are placing, and what will you achieve that one. Means we usually Indians will limit ourselves to a village, or to the town, to the state, not to the country anymore. Means we have to open up our eyes, and this is my country. I'm not limited to any part of a village, district, or state. You have to be open to the entire country, create a strategy for whatever the product you want to come up with. Means I'm finishing all these things because I have a limited time of 15 minutes actually. So I'm clubbing only important points, and create a strategy for that one, whom you want to focus, who are your targeted audience, and how to deliver your product, then and why they have to buy your product. It is very important to make a note of all these things before we start our business, and till the time our experience or our business will help. But after that, you need to have so many organized, educated people to be with you to run for the bigger story actually. And the strategy, the design thinking, what I'm speaking of, the thing is that design thinking always returns you in a what I say is that it brings you money indirectly. It won't be visible in the beginning. It will come in later on. Like example is that Tata is a brand. Tesla is also a brand. Tesla became the global brand, and Tata not became, means Tata Motors is not a pride vehicle to be owned. Why? Because they invested in design thinking. Design thinking means they invested in a strategy where to place your brand, how to reach your brand, and how to make it pride of your own brand. Like that means you have to place your brand to whom you want to place it. And sir, am I confusing everything or not?
It's absolutely fine. Please go ahead.
Yes, sir. Because I have very limited time for that one. So
Yes.
you have to because we can formalize in any sector we want. Like we can formalize in the snacks what we are serving, the biscuits you can formalize, the samosa you can formalize. With the bigger vision of your, we have to have a bigger vision and a proper plan. You can execute and deliver it to so many people with, because the world is filled with common man. When you're giving for something with a reasonable price, with a better quality, they will accept it.
Great. Okay. I think, yeah, I think what we'll do now is we will have to, at the outset, appreciate the kind of passion you have brought to this job. It is phenomenal. It is unparalleled, according to me. An engineering graduate who, like any other, has tried his tech journey, gone to US, come back with one single line passion that India needs to have quality products, hygiene products, and especially you focused on tea. And that's where your journey has begun, in a small place called Rajahmundry. And everything you have picked up, it is called learning on the job. I think learning on the job is done by people who work in various organizations, but entrepreneurs have a clear idea of doing it. But you are such an entrepreneur who's displayed the passion of evolving your strategies on a daily basis. I think that is quite phenomenal to me at the outset, and I must appreciate that you have created so much of employment, so many entrepreneurs, men and women, and such a large chain in such a small, such short span of time from the time you have started. So today, the entire country is looking at you and your success. And probably, I want to tell all the viewers and all the members who have joined today that Tea Time does not have too much of media coverage. I have not seen many. Whatever accomplishments they have made, whatever journey they have made, matter of factly, they mention it on their own media, like website and social media handles. And everything has organically, to a large extent, has multiplied its visibility. And there are, I'm sure, many more people every day calling up for franchising agreements and requirements and queries. I'm sure that is the biggest satisfaction any business can give to an entrepreneur. Having said that, the most important takeaway in your introductory remark is that how can we give quality product at an affordable price, and you have therefore re-engineered the whole costing very, very transparently and honestly. I think that makes you a very good patriot in this country. Not many business folks think about honestly looking at the re-engineering of the cost. You looked at the milk, you looked at the tea leaves, you looked at sourcing, and then you broke down the entire cost and the profit margin that's available. And you said that it is still possible to give at 10 rupees per cup, competing with the tapriwala, the roadside vendor, and yet give that hygienic, respectful, quality-oriented product at that price. I think that is an amazing success story, but it all began with your thinking that you love this country and therefore you wanted your country folks to have a quality product. You would have seen these kind of chains across the world and especially in the US, but you have come back to work on these things with a single-minded focus. I think the biggest advantage to you is that there is no baggage, and therefore you thought very openly and freely, and you began at a unit level, and then it slowly got multiplied. And as you mentioned in your story, till you reached 100 franchisees or 100 stores, you didn't have your own office. That's a great way to believe in oneself and still build a very big brand like this. Not many media folks have talked about tea time, but tea time is already popular. That is another intriguing factor for me. How did you achieve? We will handle that in the Q&A section. But as you moved from 100 to 1,000 and 2,000, 2,500 today, I think systems have been brought in, strategies have been applied, people have been added, and obviously these kind of operations require management by technology, management by vision, and more people will have to join the game. And that's what has exactly happened. Not limiting your vision to a particular village or a town or a city or a district or a state, but you need to have a nationwide strategy is another mantra that which you have followed in your growth phase. That is very, very interesting. And design thinking is the way out to actually reach out to your TGs and make your brand more visible and make people come back to you again and again. And formalization can be done, not just in tea or an organized sector, but formalization is possible across all the other products as well. If the entrepreneur is honest and works on the costing very honestly and believes in the fact that one has to give the Indians a quality product at an affordable price. That is, every time it is mentioned reassuringly, because that is the core belief I'm sure you have started the business with. So Uday, what I want to appreciate you is that you have also simplified. It looks very, very simple because you're very honest, but it's not so simple. There are many other competitors, and we will discuss all those issues as we move forward. Appearance, quality, price, and hygiene, which you communicated, which I have seen across a dozen outlets in Hyderabad, Warangal, Karimnagar, Nalgonda, so on and so forth. And I tasted the tea, and all places the tea is uniquely similar, and that's a magic, and we'll come back to that question later. But that's not easy. You made it look simple. Thank you very much for this. Congratulations to you. I will now invite my esteemed colleague, Professor Prasad. Professor Prasad was also an entrepreneur. He worked in the corporate and now he's working with the academics. He is the architect of the latest program that we launched. It's called Online MBA program. He's an alumnus of IIT Bombay and IIM Calcutta. And he brings to the table a rich experience of about 3 decades. And very respectfully, I invite Professor Prasad to start the moderation of the Q&A session. And once again, I welcome all the members who have joined from United States early in the morning for them in the West Coast and also in the middle, and some members who have joined from other parts of the world and largely from various towns and cities in this country on a New Year Eve. Thank you very much. Over to Professor Prasad.
Thank you, Professor Rao. Tea or chai is a very, very interesting concept. It's a very, very common concept, and that therein lies the beauty. What is the story you have? I mean, when you talk about tea, what is the story you have which brings out emotion, which powers you, which makes you go every day to ensure that more and more people have good tea?
Sir, because of lack of availability of the good tea, because we Indians, every Indian means most of the Indians drink tea. Means where to drink tea? What is the address to have the tea? Means what is our affordability? I want to create that platform honestly. Means what is by affordability, by hygiene means don't we deserve a better cup of tea in a hygiene place? So I for that with the honest and that is my perception also where I have to go on tea before starting this. With that perception, I started this one, sir.
Thank you. See, there were a lot of products in that kind of space, as you yourself mentioned. A lot of products which need formalization.
Yep.
How did you zero in on tea?
Because I'm a tea lover, basically, first thing, and it means that the tea brings the repeated customers also. Means if you a person will have more than 5 times, 10 times also there are people, and your day. So for so many Indians, the day won't start without tea. Means you can have so many other snacks are available in the market or any other products, but tea is must necessary. It's a fuel for India, for fuel for Indians actually. So when that there is a vacuum for that product itself, why will I choose some other product?
Okay, so there is this personal liking that you have for tea, and
Yeah,
there are a lot of I think associated, unarticulated feelings and emotions which are there. A lot of us, we say, okay, let's go have a cup of tea. Ek chai
yeah,
piye, whichever the languages you use,
yeah,
you say that, and it kind of signifies a break. It
yeah,
signifies a relaxation which comes in
yeah,
when you do it. So I was just trying to understand what are these things which make you go back for another cup of tea, or make you ensure that others go back for another cup of tea, in terms of a story. I mean, in terms of something which is there inside you, beyond the efficiencies and beyond the quality.
yeah,
What is that story? What is the kind of feelings that it invokes in you? Because you love tea, I'm just trying
yeah,
to understand a bit more.
yeah. Sir, usually for Indians actually, for every occasion, it's a chai. Means when you're working, when you woke up, you will have a tea. When you are reached the office, you will have a break and you will have a tea. When your friends gathered, you will have a tea. And when you are upset, you will have a tea. When you are driving, means, and most importantly, I forgot to tell this. This is the drink where tonight you can, after this conversation, you can drink and drive also. So absolutely fine with that. I can tell this. And for when you're driving in a highway, you will have a break. You need a tea. After your sport, you need a tea. Means occasions are unlimited to have a tea actually, and relations are also unlimited. When your guest came to your house, means first thing you will offer a tea, or somebody comes to your office, you will offer a tea. Means it's a part of our life.
Excellent. I think this occasions is something that is you've brought out.
Emotionally it is a part of our life actually. Tea is, we cannot separate it at all.
I completely agree with you. I think there have been many occasions after this webinar where I've asked my daughter to prepare. It's only on that day, otherwise I don't ask. So she prepares it in a certain way and gives it, and I'm remembered that there is a person and there is tea. It's not just the person, there is also tea. So excellent. I think it's something that there's much more to it than just the product or its
Yes.
price in terms of tea. Now, there have been a couple of other businesses that you ventured into that Professor Sudhakar Rao was talking about. Can you let us know a little bit about your journey and your travel, your ventures into
Sir,
these?
what I learned is that, sir, before that, I started a cafe also like that. With what I like is one important my suggestion to all the entrepreneurs. Means I started serving the fresh fruit juices of more than 150 varieties of fresh fruit juices. bringing from all over the world and serving the mango throughout the world, strawberry throughout the world, without adding any flavors or essences or anything. When I after my college, then it was a flop. Means then I came to know that not only good means every good product will click. Means we have to be how many people will like it. Means your desire means the what you like must not convert into a business. You have to serve what people likes. And later on with that I learned this lesson. Means if I like something, means that cannot be ventured as a business. So it's not right that everybody will like that one. Then later on I moved to a software, like a regular software job. Then I came back and then I started this one, sir.
In terms of motivation, those who have influenced you, from whom you've learned lessons, can you share your experiences?
Sir, lessons, that is also an honest reason for my country and my countrymen. When I was in abroad, I was having a branded coffee in my below my office. There is a branded coffee where I used to have, and all my colleagues come down and have it. Means approximately if it is 10 dirhams. When I purchase my own milk, own coffee powder, own sugar, and prepare it, it costs you 3 to 4 dirhams. And they are selling it for 10 dirhams, means 100%, 120%. When I come back to India in Gurgaon, there are 10 times, means thousands of people, and there is the same coffee brand shop downstairs that office also, but I never find a person. Whereas in abroad, everybody every one of my colleague will come and have the coffee. Then I came to know why. Means what is really inside a cup of that coffee. Means what is the value of that coffee inside that cup. Means it is less than 15 to 20 rupees, honestly. But here they're selling it for 200 bucks to 300 bucks. Means where else in developed country, if you want to have a quality product, you have to pay at least only 100%. That means one time more for the ambience or interiors. Whereas in India, you have to pay 2000 times. Means that shocked me. And that is the ignition I got in my mind, that I want to start something with basic product with a quality basic profit with quality product.
Thank you. I think what you're mentioning is that this huge margin of 2000 times
Yes,
is something that has driven you to find out what is it as an engineer, what is it
why?
that you can do.
Yes, sir. Why it is charged? Why it is charged so overpriced? Means how to reduce that all these things. Whereas in abroad, if you want to have a quality drink, you have to pay only one time. But in India, why we have to pay so many times? And how many people are affordable to have? Means at least it is right to have a quality cup of tea at a reasonable price. Means we deserves that one. Means who is serving that? There is no, means the huge vacuum was there for that one. That thought makes me to start this brand. So it was a thought for the country, actually, honestly. Means why can't we do that with a basic profit? Why can't we sell a quality product with a basic profit is the thought. And I quit that job and I started this one. And everybody, why are you doing this? What are you doing this? From where you came and why you want to start this tea shop in this town? Means what I have to tell to my relatives. My parents was asking me.
Very, very interesting. Very, very interesting. Very, even in this decade, these questions come. I remember these questions which I faced when I was getting into this in
Yes, sir.
1990s. Even today, I think these questions continue.
Yes, sir. It is there, sir. Means these days, if you want to do, means if you are coming back to your hometown, means people will start assuming regular, normal, emotional Indian families. Huh? Why you came back? Why you lost your job? Means why you resigned your job? Are you gone mad? And what is this, that, blah, 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 and everything. But honestly, I want to deliver something with bottom of my heart. And I started this one, sir.
I think what you're saying is extremely important. I think, it's not, there is a need to move away from what is conventionally accepted by others if you want to be in entrepreneurship, and you must have some very, very basic problem which you're attempting to solve. I think you defined it pretty well in terms of what you have done. I now shift the question to a completely different space.
Yes.
What do you envisage as the future of tea? I mean, today we come to a shop, we come to a outlet and drink tea. So what do you think is going to be the future of having a cup of tea? What do you visualize that to be, and how do you see yourself getting there? What kind of opportunities do you see? What kind of challenges do you see in order to get there?
Sir, usually everything will be delivered to your house or office also. But tea is just not a drink. It is a break for Indians. They will come out. They will come out and have a break. Tea means they will stop by and have a tea. They will have it and go to work. They will come and have after work. So the vacuum of this platform is very, very strong. Sir. Means very, very high, very, very strong. And the vision of the tea time is to expand it to 25,000 shops in the coming 2-3 years, because as of the growth rate is sir, it is unbelievable. The growth rate is means within the 3 years of started giving the franchises, we reached around 2,500 2,800 in between, because sir, honestly the numbers are not known, sir. Means today there will be 3 openings, tomorrow one will be dropped down, and again 17 openings day after tomorrow, and in that 2 maybe drop down, or again suddenly. Means I'm dealing with, there are so many people who are uneducated and unorganized, so the dates are not fixed. The dates are fixed on basis of auspicious days actually, and thus are opened 107 shops. And so means it is the growth. As you're coming to the point, again I'm getting emotional with this thing. So coming to the point, the vacuum is very high. There is loads and loads of requirement for serving this tea. Means if you put this tea or cup, you can prepare your tea simply in any office, any house or anything. But why the people are this? Means it's not part of having a tea. It is the break, the deserving break for Indians. So it cannot be stopped. Means you have to ask them to take a break.
Fantastic. I think I'm trying to get the emotion out of you.
Sir.
So you have brought it out in terms of a break. So I think this break is what you're redefining. You're redefining the break, whether it is getting out. What goes into this break more than the tea?
Yes,
is there anything else?
The gathering, sir, the chit chat. It's a place of chit chat, sir. India need also cafe. I mean, how many people are affordable to sit in those cafes? People, normal people, common people will stand by, have a chit chat. It's a cafe for a common man, sir.
Okay. I think there's a lot of potential in trying to redefine that, and trying to, as you said, you're looking for a brand strategist, or maybe you already have one. I think there's a lot more to this break.
Honestly, sir, I'm looking for a brand strategist, because with the vision I have, I came this much. But with the experience I gained in this, we need to add so many people to become means larger, means a giant, a monopoly. Means we need to have so many strategies to be built. Means let the brand speak. Means how to build the intangible asset for your business. Not only tangible, we have to build the intangible asset. How the intangible asset can be built, it is only from a strategy, in a proper learning.
Excellent. I think
and if I'm doing all these things and learning on my own, I will be out of my way to do the business. Means we need an accountant to look after the accounts. We need a strategist to build the strategy, and nowadays we need a good digital marketing person to do the digital marketing. Means our challenge is to select the exact people.
I think you have expressed it well, and that's very clear cut a need. After this, this vacuum starts getting filled up, and a lot of other people will get attracted because of the vacuum. And the business is defined around a break.
And
Tea is
how I
is-
will tell that we are monopoly also, sir.
Yeah.
The thing is that why tea time will means if you are not taking care of your customer, I feel this somebody else will take care of your customer. So we have to take care of your customer very well. That is means very clear cut point to me. And how we are monopoly in this one, sir. Now we are around 2,800 franchises, assume, and we are the largest consumer of tea, consuming tea brand in the world, sir, as of now. And if you the tea you are purchasing in your house is purchased at a quality rate of 120 rupees to 130 rupees, and it will be sold at 500 rupees of the supply chain they built and the process they built. It will reach 120 to 140 rupees kilo, will reach you at 500 because of the distribution ship they designed it, the FMCG, multinational FMCG companies, what they designed it. And the quality of the product will reach you after 6 months of the processing. Whereas tea time is directly a member and auction from the garden directly, and within 21 days the next stop is your tea time. We are purchasing a quality product of more than 300 per kilo and selling it for 400. Means if any corporate or any individual wants to break this chain, means how they can break this chain, they have to buy better quality than us, and they have to ship less than 21 days. How it is possible, sir? And we are selling at 10 rupees per tea. There is no vacuum to sell at 8 rupees. It is not possible. So means while designing itself, I didn't left any vacuum for another player also, rather than having a board or just the outer appearance of tea time, but not the inner engineering of tea time.
I think you have hit a very, very huge spot. And when you raise this issue, because it is not clear till now that this 120 to 500 and the size that FMCG operates at, and what you're trying to do, though it looks like a break, at the heart it is hitting at this business. And
Yes,
I'm
sir.
sure they're
So
pretty well aware of it.
and when you are adapted to a quality product, you cannot never ever go down, sir. In your childhood you might have eat so many things on the street, but you cannot eat now. When any human adapted to a quality product, they cannot go back. Means how these multinational companies in the future is, they are not have a luxury to buy 300 product and sell at 400. The system is not designed like that. Means now we are coming to the retail also, retail selling for the household also. And where the super stockist will, without means cutting all these things apart from the product and the pricing also, we have a retail platform of 2,800, and maybe in next 3 years it is 25,000, where at present we are selling near about 3.5 crores of cup, and in future we want to sell it for more than 75 to 80 crores of 80 crore cups of tea in a month, where the footfall will be more than for IPL. So now when the product is available everywhere in India, without the super stockists and the distributors and everywhere, from the garden to the glass within 21 days, with the basic profit margin, they can take, I'm going to take so many customers from them, but whether if they want to take their customers back to them, you have to suggest them for a platform, whether to buy it at 350 and sell it for 375, or otherwise they have to open 25,000 retail platforms directly on their own. And above all these things, people have to trust them by investing their own money to sell their product.
I think, this is sounding, it didn't sound so much. This is a disruptive innovation. It didn't sound like that. It seemed like a startup which was growing tremendously. But from what you're explaining to us right now, this is very, very clearly a disruptive innovation. And the normal behavior of the big players in a disruptive innovation, they don't look at it. Maybe they do observe it, but they don't look at it the way the disruptive innovator looks at it. And I think this window of time is going to be very, very important for you.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah.
With now I am with people like you and all to take more suggestions to achieve this for the my people of the country. Will fight, sir.
And there's an associated question, it came up in the chat box, but it is connected to this.
Yes.
And this is, it's also connected that it's pretty, it looks like a very big possibility that somebody in that industry can buy you out. So there is a
Sir,
question about exit plan. I'm just asking to provoke you.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Exit plan. I understood, sir. Sir, 1 week back, they came in a chartered flight to our office. I cannot name, and I will share you the photo after that one. World's largest holding TST people came, and they told me, means within 40 years, what we dreamt of doing, we are not able to do this, and you are doing this, and very proud of you, young man. And you want to associate with us or any other way. And then I told, sir, when I knew the vision and when I knew the vacuum I had, means when I started setting up the retail is the very powerful platform for the business. Actually, it is a very powerful platform of business. The exit plan definitely will monetize at some point of time within a very planned way, means giving a huge returns to all my investors who trusted with me. Definitely there will be a nice exit plan and expansion, and where they can monetize on their own stakes.
Excellent. I think, there is a time issue, but I am provoked to ask a question which is in this cluster itself. And this is, this is connected to the word formalizing that you have a lot of regard for, and you have a lot of passion for. Now, the formalization of business typically does not mean money for the other person. I mean, a lot of people don't formalize their business because they don't see the money. So they don't get into the tax bracket, they don't want to pay taxes, they don't want to do GST. So they try to remain outside that. So they operate informally. Now you are trying to formalize.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So what kind of benefits are you seeing for the sector and for those entrepreneurs who want to formalize? What kind of benefits have you seen from their eyes?
Sir, you purchased a house, sir. Along with the market, means if the real estate sector is doing good, the appreciation will keep on going. It is your wish to sell it, means monetize your increment you got for your house or not. Like that, I will work for all my investors who trusted us to increase their asset value, and it's upon them whether to monetize it or not. But I will keep on creating an asset value for the tangible and intangible asset of tea time, sir.
Excellent. I think, what I can see is that beyond what the tea companies have done, you have added real break, not just an ad break that you see the break happening in the ad, have a break, have a Kit Kat kind of thing, which is there in the ad, but in reality, you don't experience that. But I think what you're talking about is where you actually experience the break. There's a behavioral break in what you're doing. And I think that's where a lot of value is going to come in terms of how people, those who are associating with you will also be able to see value in what you're doing. And I'm pretty sure that, you will be able to, you've talked about a few things. I'm pretty sure that this will happen sooner than later. I mean, this is just my hypothesis. So with this, I'll come to the end of this cluster. I hand it to Professor Sudhakar Rao.
Sir.
Thank you. Uday, I think this is getting very, very interesting, and the night is going to be a long one.
Sir,
I will promise you that it is going to extend for a long time. There are lots of questions, but we are not going to leave you just like that. For the benefit of all the participants and also for you, I would like to explain the overview that these questions which we have received at the time of registration from various participants has been filtered and clustered into, say, about 4 important clusters. So we just finished the first cluster. It is called overview. We are left with other clusters like the core business of tea time. Then the third one is on entrepreneurship and general about entrepreneurship and your advice to other people. And the last one is about the careers that are possible from the things that you do and you envision. So broadly, these are the clusters. Now, I go to the second cluster and I would like to move faster, but I want to explain that India is a tea drinking nation, and a large number of people drink tea, and we don't have to cultivate any habit of drinking tea. It is already there, and therefore it's a huge market. For every cup of coffee, Indians drink 17 cups of tea. That's the estimated rate. And not just in India, but across the world, uh, the tea consumption is more.
Yes, it's the second largest drink after water, sir.
After water, this is the second largest drink across the world. And in India, it is. Now, that's a vacuum. If people have established more coffee-based cafes than tea-based cafes, that's a vacuum which you have cited. That's the way to
So
go.
we are second largest producer of tea,
Yes.
even though we are importing.
Even though we are importing, and we consume about 80% of the tea that we produce.
Yes, sir.
So we are the largest consumers. And
Yeah.
one point I'm asking is about the market size. The published market sizes for the tea retail is 18,000 crores, which is 2.5 times compared to the coffee. Now, you have mentioned it as 3 lakh crores. Now,
yes,
if you look at the overall tea, it is actually the entire value chain has got tea plantation, the people who grow tea and all those things. That is number one. Number two, we have the tea machinery, people who make the products to create the machinery itself and then manufacturing tea, separating the leaves and then making it to powder, filtering, so on and so forth. There are many things which I don't know. The third one is about making selling this tea in bulk. Okay, and then begins your retail. Now, retail is a different world altogether. Based on your consumption, point of consumption, where do you have your tea, then the market is segmented in a great detail. Either the cafes or the stores or the kiosks that you have created is the one. Then people are delivering it through Swiggy and Zomato and various other platforms. It comes to your office or club or home, depending on where you want it to be. Third one is your tea is also served by certain vending machines, which your competitors have done, or more organized, funded players have put their delivery machines and all. You have a very fundamental difference with them. I'll come to that also. So likewise, you have a variety of segments depending on where you consume your tea. So you're talking about the whole tea market or only the retail market, which is 3 lakh crores?
No, sir. The whole tea market.
The whole
from the retail to the to selling tea to your house, and the retail which is selling outside. Yes. The market is approximately estimated as a 3 lakh crores of market. Means where in that 3 lakh crore market, where are the places we have to occupy? The retail tea of selling the processed, the retail brewed tea, and to the houses, means which we have to sell it to the houses, and the vending machines. Vending machine also without tea, it cannot be done. So all this together I'm talking about.
Fantastic. So coming back to your journey of tea time and your own business, the first question is, as I mentioned, when I tasted the tea across a dozen outlets in different points of time, it tasted uniquely common. How did you arrive at this USP? Of course, apart from what you've already mentioned in terms of business, the look, hygiene, cost, and all those things, those are bigger parameters. But quality is fundamental. If your tea is not good, irrespective of other things being okay, I will not come back to you, right? But your tea is really good. I am a tea lover myself, and I'm telling you at a personal level, I can discern a tea and tell you that this is good and bad in about 5 minutes. So your tea is really good. And how did you achieve this USP?
Sir, not only with a vision of not only serving the quality product, the hygiene product, and means even product in all the places, means how we have to do, means if it depends upon the chefs, it will taste, it will varies. Means I made it as a formula, means this many ml of milk, this much mg of tea powder, and this much mg of sugar. With the tea connoisseurs, means the tea tasters, tea sommeliers tasted that one, ensured that one, and as you are there, means next time we will introduce a new flavor by ensuring your formula also, sir. Definitely, with lots of experience you had in the tea. So with that one, I created a formula for that one. of the blend also I created a formula, and the preparation also I created a formula. Means even if your formula is only limited to the brewing and not limited to the blend, it won't come again. It won't repeat in the same way. So I created the blend of my own and the process of making tea also in a better formula.
Great. So you have actually templated a
And
secret
selecting the tea leaf also will makes a difference in this one, sir. So if you means every time we at last tea is an agriculture, sir.
Yes.
Means for this season it may be good, and next season it may not good because of the rain. It changes. We have an office in Kolkata, we have an office in Guwahati, and we have an experienced tea tasters, tea sommeliers, to ensure before each and every purchase of our product.
Great, great. You have quality standards in your purchase. You have templated your formula for not just blending but also for processing your preparations itself. So therefore, it is going to be unique. Well answered. Thank you very much, Uday. The next question is: it is very easy to gather from what you mentioned how you differentiate yourself from these players. You have to differentiate yourself from organized as well as unorganized players.
Sir.
Organized players means that they have quality standards like the way you have mentioned. They also have formula. They also go by those methods and good practices. How in future, even now and also in future, not just the price which is going to be a differentiator. So how are you going to differentiate on other aspects of your product from these organized players?
Sir, first of all, the organized players have to come into my platform, sir. They're not, nobody has not yet come down.
Oh, you mean to say they're actually not?
They have to come to the retail. They have to showcase their product first. They have to make them taste, and they have to start the chain. And nobody.
Yeah, for example, I will take the names here. It's a worldwide broadcast, but still I will take the names. We have Chai Point and Chayos, which are two names which I can take. Of course, the number of outlets for Chai Point is not more than 250 at the best count. And for Chayos, it is about 120 or 140 at this point in time.
So both are below 200. I knew that one, sir.
So
their corporate audience means their customers is 100 rupees, 80 rupees, 200 rupees, 250 rupees. My customers are entirely different, sir. I'm not they are not my competitor, and I'm not their competitor. Means let them take all the elite people and everyone in the cities. Let them come to a district headquarters. Maybe for Warangal, they can come up with one Chai Point in Warangal, but entire district belongs to me.
Fantastic. I think you have answered it. The market and the world that you are looking at is the market that they are actually not looking at. So it's a huge.
Sir, not only for tea, sir, for anything like you take for pizzas, you take for ice creams, you take for because I am into FMCG, I'm telling this one, sir. Any branded showroom for garments or a mobile showroom means it is limited to the only for the cities and headquarters. Sir, the remaining real India is beyond that.
Yes, there's a large country beyond headquarters and cities.
Yes, sir.
The underbelly of this country is pretty large, and that's where the fortune lies.
Yes, sir.
Then you have competed with definitely your organized players who are far too few, and they are struggling to expand, and they have gone to using technology, so on and so forth. We'll come to that a little later. But how do you differentiate yourself from, or how do you compete with the roadside fellows? Because they are pretty large, they are unorganized. How do you compete with them?
Sir, I didn't increase the price.
Are you going to increase the price?
No, I didn't increase the price. I'm not going to increase the price. And I'm serving more hygiene than them. Even the paper cup, what we prepare is done by the best company in the country, sir. Means for all that means who all as you take the Chai Point or Starbucks, who prepare the cups, the same standard procedure and test will be followed for our cup also.
Great.
So serving from the takeaway cup to the hygiene to the taste Means how will they ensure the taste, sir? Means how will they ensure their quality? What leaf they are purchasing? It is not organized. And for doing all these things, if I increase the price, there may be some segment of people leaving me and going there because of that. But I am selling at the same price by formalizing everything inside the cup of tea and selling it for the same price. So I didn't think there is vacuum for them.
Great. I think that's a great challenge also. It's a continuing challenge as you innovate,
Yes.
and as you stick to outbeating or outsmarting your competition, both organized and unorganized. You will still stick to the same price is a big challenge, and that is going to determine the future and the fortunes for tea time. Thank you. Now, the next question I wanted to ask you is, uh, uh, in spite of India being a tea drinking nation, coffee chains have come, but not tea chains. Even
Yes,
around
sir.
the world, that is the same story.
Sir.
We said that it's a great opportunity, but
Sir.
when more organized people with funding, which is actually much bigger than any other person can acquire, because funding goes or operates on a different level altogether. It depends on your stories, the projections, and how much of a sphere of influence that you have and sphere of control you have on the business. Based on that, your funding is determined, and based on funding, you'll get additional muscle to expand and probably beat some organized or unorganized players. So what others have not seen all these years, or what others have not tried all these years, you have tried. I'm asking a question that is, what do you think will make you fail?
Sir, I'm telling.
Till now we have asked you questions about what makes you succeed and what makes you tick while others are failing. But the question now is, what do you think, or what is your worst fear that may make you fail?
Yes, sir. That's what I'm coming. First of all, sir, I won't believe that in a business where someday someone will come and buy me out. We have to believe in a business fundamentally from the basic. It has to bring profits. Sir, if you have 120 stores and you're making loss, why are you expanding? After you're increasing the more loss. I didn't understand the logic behind that one.
Correct.
Means when the funding is stopped, you will hit a hard. Means you will get hit hard. Means to avoid this one, fundamentally the business has to be in profit. Then you no need of funding. Funding means if I'm earning with this 100 rupees, I'm earning 10 rupees. And if you are adding 900 rupees to this, instead of 10 rupees, I will earn for 1000 rupees, it has to be calculated 100 rupees I have to make profit. I will make 200. Then I am making for investing 900 more. Instead of making 10 rupees profit, with the same effort, I am making 20 rupees profit. That is the logic behind the funding. But it's the logic must not be that I will expand and I will sell it to somebody, someone someday will come and buy me out. That is not, I consider it as a funding, sir. And fundamentally, I want to develop a business which brings profit, and most of the tea times with almost 95% of the tea times are enjoying the profit, sir. And the fray is that as of now, I didn't find one, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay, no problem. That's absolutely fine. As you mentioned rightly, almost all the players who have come into the cafe business, whether it is coffee or tea, all of them are making losses. Even
Yes.
now within India, close to about 160 outlets of Starbucks is not conclusively profitable. There's a dilly-dally about the numbers. And
Sir, you told the names of the chai point, chai house, or everyone, but unfortunately, they are making also loss, sir.
Yeah.
A chai point means whatever a tea brand opened in a metro station of Rajiv Chowk, and you are shutting it down. I don't know the most gathered place in India.
Correct.
Then fundamentally, we are missing something.
Yeah, I think there lies the answer. Fundamentally, there is something wrong. Otherwise, why would anybody close an outlet there? Yes. Okay, so we'll move to the next question. In the interest of time, I need to move forward. I will jump. That is, green tea has gained a lot of appreciation and clamor during the COVID-19. I mean, that is, I'm sure in your own outlets also you would have seen that. Maybe you can explain that a little bit. But the bigger question is, what has been the impact of pandemic on your venture? Because you started before COVID and you went through these 2 years of COVID impact, and now we are slowly limping back to normalcy. So what was the impact of pandemic?
Sir, unfortunately, it was a bad situation for the entire world and for the so many families. And the thing is that, sir, we are totally shut down like any other thing in the country for 1 month, 2 months. After that, May 31st, I still remember, and you can open my Insta page, sir, our page, Insta page. May 31st, June 1st is the opening date. May 31st, it was some leisure on the rules. May 31st, there is an opening. And it was doubled up for the 2 years of numbers, which is doubled up in a single year. Means people started consuming it only in hygiene places. And there was lots and lots of loss of jobs. And they started this tea time. And people started work from home. And 2-3 friends gathered and started tea time. And a person take a loan and gift it to his father to operate a tea time. There are so many small businesses shut down. They changed to tea time. And business wise, the largest number we made in this is after pandemic only, sir. We come back like any means we didn't expect this one.
Fantastic, fantastic. I think that's a very, very interesting story of bounce back. Two more small questions, and then we'll quickly move forward. See, food becomes at least a 25% or more share of revenue in various cafes that we see, including Starbucks and CCD and various other people also. How is your experience? What is the share of revenue for the food other than your beverages? And what is the strategy for food if that is going to be working for you?
Now in our expansion plan, sir, now we are coming up with for the food, we are having a huge vision and carpet for the food, for coming up from the cookies, biscuits, and the snacks, like the South Indian snacks. We are starting that one, like Haldirams. We are forced to eat all the North Indian snacks like Karapusa, Karabundi, and all. With all the South Indian and North Indian mix, we are coming up with the same standard packaging and same qualities. We are coming up with all the collection of regional dishes, and we are going to start it very soon, sir, this year.
Fantastic. That's very good news. So food is also going to generate revenue additional for you. So there's one question in the chat box from one of the participants from US, and he's asking you, how do you arrive at the design of your store? Because he believes that for a common man, if the design is too hi-fi and too posh, it alienates the common man from entering the store, assuming that the prices would be very, very high.
Sir.
So what is your thinking of your store design? That is the question.
Sir, the store design, which I told you, I designed for the logo is designed for, sir, when I went to a shop before the opening of the shop, a person I asked to design a logo for me. Then he told, sir, you waste hours and hours of this thing for logo, and at last you will tell you don't like it. Then he told, okay, if you how many hours I spent for this logo, I will charge for those many hours. Okay. Then I went in, and within half an hour, I completed the logo with the vision of a common man and paid $300 for the logo. Simple things. Red, green means they are adapted to your signals. Take a break means red means stop, green means go, stop and have and go. With that, white is a peaceful color, elegant color. With the simple means, I think so. This is the most elegant design for a common man, sir, which won't scare him.
Absolutely, absolutely, absolutely. I work in branding, so I completely agree with you.
Sir, and easily one thing, sir, when you at any level, any high level, means whatever the news, it may not reach. But when there is a note ban, it reached the fastest reached news in the world, maybe this note ban.
Right.
means your money does not valid from tomorrow. Like that, when you are giving any quality product for a lesser price or a reasonable price, means you will get a overwhelmed response. And means here it's such a good place is serving at this price, means that is an advertisement, and you will get tremendous response and easily advertised and easily adoptable, sir.
Correct, correct. What about the store design? The design of the store inside, the interiors, the way you keep your messages, the images of your product and the menu and the layout. How did you arrive at it?
Sir, I have a limited budget. What are the good things can be done with that limited budget to attract that? And I did that one, sir. Not more than vision, more than that at all.
Okay. Actually, it is great. I visited all the stores and I spoke to your franchisees, and I know a little more about that as well. It's
and initial days, sir, I'm not even affordable to have pics of my own. I downloaded from the internet. Now the brand is affordable to have a own photography, shoot the own product, and now we change it to everyone to our own products. And now the people are copying our products. So it's
yes. You have many Me Too brands like Tea House and Tea this, Tea
they
that.
They are the franchisers of once. They are my fourth franchisers of Tea Time.
Yes. So they use the same colors and a similar logo.
There is a how India is that, sir. In one shop menu, I missed it. There was a spelling mistake in the menu. They copied that menu and pasted all over everywhere. Near 100 shops is having the spelling mistake now.
Imitation is the best form of appreciation. So
when you are a star, somebody will copy you, sir. So yes. How we are copying you in so many aspects.
Absolutely, absolutely. So thank you very much for that response, and you have answered those questions. Now, what we'll do is we will move to other two clusters. I'll request Professor Prasad to come in and handle entrepreneurship cluster. Over to you, Professor Prasad.
I think, this is a classic case of what we call a disruptive innovation. When we spoke about the chai point example, it is in a completely different segment and price point, and there is no disruptive innovation there. And I think this is what makes the huge difference, as I can understand it. And for the first time, we have an entrepreneur on stage whose current value and what the value will be a few years later. I mean, for what I can understand, it's going to be amazingly different, because your vision is actually your difference, because otherwise people could have copied you. Your vision, when you mentioned, it was pretty clear, not 18,000 crores. You talked about 3 lakh crores. That figure tells what the vision is. That means you are looking at something else. You are not looking at, just the retail outlet and what it is. And that perhaps comes into your entire design, the way you're looking at it. This is one thing that I can see. Now, there is another philosophy here. There are actually two philosophies that play in the current market trends. One is the Amazon type, where you spend money for the future in scaling up and doing things, in discounting, which a lot of people are trying to do, which you discussed. And the other is that the philosophy that you're talking about, that fundamentally the business has to be profitable. Your unit economics must be profitable.
Exactly.
You do your scaling with the unit economics, then it works for the long term. But this is a different philosophy. There are people and venture capitalists who invest in both philosophies. Now, the question is that for the scaling that you are thinking about, have you required funding?
No, sir.
Okay, excellent. I mean,
the scaling I required is limited to the time period in which, in what time I need that. If I want by 25,000 shops by 2 years, I may require. And if I want as it organically, I may not require organically. Sir, I'm telling you, sir, the overheads of the company is less than 10%. The overheads of the company is less than 10%. Means we are proudly a cash-rich company in this scenario also. and no need of funding. Means the timeline period, if I want to jump and if I want to expand and occupy immediately, maybe I need with all the means I want to set up a retail, means I want to set up a factory for my retail tea powder. I want to set up my own factory for my biscuit manufacturing, or if I want to set up my own factory for snacks immediately. Also, sir, we are now tea time is affordable to do on their own without funding also. And this, sir, for all these things, when it wants to be in profit way, we have to have a proper team for that one, sir. Acquiring the team is also as much means it brings the strength, means the strength, it takes also time. So to do all these things, actually not required of funding, sir. The vision which is the funding or anything.
I think there is something very, very truly distinct in what you're explaining. And I'm pretty amazed that somebody, I mean, though this is an open session that everyone is hearing, the likelihood of somebody copying you who's got vision, who's got the feeling that you have, there can be a lot of people, but still it is amazing that it has not happened. And
Sir,
I think the other thing is that
that's what, sir, I told you, sir, they can copy the external structure of TTM, not the inner engineering and depth of TTM. How can an individual can copy now from the processing, means take the tea leaves from their processing, tasting? How can he afford, sir, an individual? How can he afford to make cups from the top cup maker in the country with a limited quantity of 25 lakhs? When will you consume that? You have to purchase in tons to get at that price. Means to beat our price, you have to purchase near about 40 tons of, there will be 4 blends, 4 leaves mixing in our blend, 4 leaves, 140, one will get 40, one will get 20, one will get 30. And how will an individual will purchase that one? And if a corporate is purchasing, they have to consume within the limited time. Otherwise, they cannot beat in freshness.
I think you are defending your concept and your vision pretty well. And
Not depending, sir. Openly, I'm telling you the possibilities. Means what's happening. Means it can be breakable, sir. I'm telling you, sir, it can be breakable. They have to have a huge funding and create 2,000 or 3,000 platforms of retail selling and purchasing like my same quality with no operational charges and selling it for 8 rupees with the same quality. When they got all these things, it can be done.
I think we have used the word defending in a very positive sense. The people who can do this are actually the ones who are on the other end of the disruptive innovation. And they are not looking at this the way they should be looking at it. And this classical how disruptive innovation is explained. And by the time they look at it, it will be a bit too late.
Sir,
and
sir.
Perhaps
our numbers will be gone far, sir.
And your franchisees will benefit far more out of the deal, assuming that you're a very good negotiator.
Sir, definitely. Thank you.
This issue about scalability. I mean, some of these challenges will come there. You have rightly pointed it out in terms of the time frame, etc., that you have. And perhaps this is one place. What is your vision for scalability in terms of all these issues?
Yes, sir. I am telling you, sir. Now the challenge what we have is that, sir, we are getting a call from Nainital. We are getting a call from even Assam. We are getting a call from Dehradun. We are getting a call from Kinnaur in Himachal Pradesh. We are getting a call from Kashmir. Means if I'm giving the shops without the supply chain there, it will bring a bad name, sir. And the investor will suffer, which I don't want to do that one. Now the scalability is that now we opened an office in Lucknow, in Varanasi, and immediately after opening the offices and ensuring the service, within a month we closed near about 70 to 80 outlets. And now we are opening an office in Delhi, and wherever we ensure that the supply chain we can do, and we have a stock point there, and without any interrupt, within 24 hours the stock can reach, then only we are giving a franchisee, sir. Now it is on our this thing that how many offices we're gonna open by this year, by this coming year. We never pushed the brands till now. People who came to us, we served them. And we rejected for this 2,800 shops, we might have rejected near about 7,000 to 8,000 shops that we won't give. That is the where the vacuum created for normal other brands by changing their names also. Because we cannot means we rejected the shops of various reasons. Maybe it is nearby, or it may be not suitable location, means where our investor will lose money. With all this emotional aspect also, sir, it is not only a brand with the making money, it is a brand with emotion. Means we have to discount for a few women entrepreneurs, few pure poor people. And when somebody lost their shop in a road winding, how do we have to rebuild the shop? When somebody lost in flood in Kerala and Maharashtra, how we did that without charging anything, we means restructured their shop and we supplied stocks. Like all these things, it's a brand with emotions, sir. Means a I don't know whether I'm called corporate or not, but a brand with emotion means understands the peoples, means because they are middle class, lower middle class, poor people are my investors. Means they have emotions, treat them well with respect and emotion, and blessings also. Means that gives me blessings also with these emotions. So now we are definitely looking forward to open our offices and make sure our investor must not suffer. And where there is a supply chain, we will give the franchisee. Now we are expanding in more places so that there is a supply chain and we can open more.
I think your story, I was trying hard to understand that in the beginning, but I think by the time we have reached this point, the emotion behind the chai is becoming more and more evident in terms of what values you carry, as well as, what are you looking out for your partners, not from your partners, for your partners. I think there is more coming out. Now, let me get into a financial dimension. It's one of the questions. What does it take to set up one of the outlets?
Sir, it is 4.25 lakhs.
Okay. And how does this break up?
So the breakup is 2.25 lakhs for the setup and 50,000 for the franchisee fee, and the local master franchisee fee will be the remaining, who is taken that making sure that supply chain and he's having a godown and all, he will be charging the fee, and the marketing will be 25,000 approximately. Like that, sir. It depends upon, sir. We don't take that's what, sir. It's emotion. When you ask calculation, suddenly I also got stuck. Sometimes I may take very less from the few people, and not higher any, not even one shop higher. Even though there is a, sir, I will tell you one story, sir. There is a people from franchisee India and some other. There are so many people who will give franchisee. They came to us. Sir, they came to us means they came to me means not once, twice, with their national heads, cluster heads, this head, that head. Sir, this became a huge hit. You make it as 10 lakh rupees, sir, and you give us 2 lakh rupees. 8 lakh rupees will be yours, and we make sure we will sell these many franchises. Sir, no, and last, get out is my answer. I didn't increase my franchisee fee also. Means the investor have to make profits. The people who trusted on you have to get back their money. If I sell 10 lakhs and sir, it won't create a brand. It won't create a brand. It makes a profitable company for reasonable time. That's it. There won't be intangible asset.
I think for long I have been trying to get a story out of you, and finally there is a story here, and I think it speaks far more. There's a lot of flesh and blood in this, in what you have narrated just now. And in terms of, I think this is also the cornerstone, because, many times when we speak to entrepreneurs and, when investors are coming in, investors try to, try to get the best. And a lot of entrepreneurs, are raw and they don't understand this. And I think what you narrated just now is a very good example of how you stood your ground. And I think this is the skill which will which is going to get you the maximum value for all your partners as you go along.
Thank you, sir.
The next question is about, what do you suggest to modern young entrepreneurs? You have seen a lot of areas where you say you can formalize. So what is your suggestion to the segment of entrepreneurs? You looked at entrepreneurship very, very differently. I mean, it's not like, a conventional startup. So what is your suggestion to potential entrepreneurs?
The potential entrepreneurs, first of all, fundamentally, unit wise, you have to make a profitable unit. And look, see, if he's thinking that, don't think in just in numbers. Today, this brand is selling 1 lakh t-shirts. If I'm coming, at least I will take 20,000 t-shirts, then I will be in profit. At least if I take 20% also, I will be in profit. So I'm good to do this business. No, never. What are the effort he's putting to sell 100? And what are the effort you're putting to, you have to put that 100 plus 20 to get the 20 from him, existing customer. 120 you have to put it. Fundamentally, means before doing the starting up a business, learn very well in not only just a business model. It's still now I don't know how to give a presentation also, sir, honestly. And by numbers, by education, and after that business model, you have to learn a lot. First of all, whom you are serving, what you are serving, is there vacuum for your product? If there is a vacuum, how that vacuum got created, by price, by quality, by our geographical location. You have to take all these scenarios, and after that, by reducing your real estate rentals or by maintenance, in what aspect a customer will buy any of your product if it is better than other at same price or lesser price, a better product. So how you will deliver that, and how it will brings your profit, how it will take of all your overheads and you will come into a profit, means from the basic thing you have to design it, and then obviously you will end up in making money, sir.
How did you learn all this?
Sir, experience one by one experience, sir. I didn't do my MBA, so I wish, sir, now I'm joining online.
Please join ICFAI online MBA.
Definitely, sir, definitely, because they at certain stage you need some business terms, some presentations. Means, sir, example, if a digital marketing company is coming to your office, sir, we will do the digital marketing for you. The budget is this much, and we will do Instagram posts, we will do Facebook promotions, we will do YouTube promotions, and we will do the LinkedIn, we will do this, and we will do that one. Then I came to know who are all coming, doing the same thing, telling the same thing, how they are different. Then I came to know what digital market will do. Means posting in Instagram means what content you post. At least we must have that knowledge to qualify and select the person whom we require. Means how it is related. Okay, Instagram post, I will also do that. How will you do that? Means you must have that basic knowledge in each and every subject of your business, first of all. Then videos I will post. Okay, what kind of video? How it is related to my subject? Which are the influencers you're gonna hire? How much they cost? That influencer costs 20 lakhs. Oh, I don't need them. You have to take the decision. Marketing is like ocean, sir. Whatever you throw, it will go away. You have to limitedly with the knowledge and how it will carpet your audience with all these aspects. If you want to know by digitally, and if an accountant is showing something, you have to understand that one. And if a purchaser is taking, means you recalculate, means the reverse engineering. This glass is making this much, and the plywood is costing this much, and why he's charging that much, means the basic calculations are this nylon is getting this much, means all these basic raw material products to prepare the products. Okay, you must know he's having 20% of margin. Okay, that's okay for his work. Means to know all these things, you have to get educated, and we have to learn deep. And from the product you are using in your business, everything must be known to you. You must know that first. each and everything related to your business also, then you have to get into the business.
Excellent, excellent.
Excellent. I want to interrupt here, but
Sir.
this is a very important point. I know Professor Prasad is going to say something, but I am interrupting.
Sir.
See, 2 points. One is you should definitely join our very important recently architected ICFAI online MBA program, which is doing extremely well, and a lot of working professionals have taken to it and they're doing it.
Yes, sir.
By no means I'm saying that people who are MBAs can only become entrepreneurs. No, that's not true. But an entrepreneur, but if an entrepreneur is an MBA and has greater knowledge and passion and the human face,
the edge and the advantage,
it will help you a great deal. You can multiply the kind of accomplishments that you are making at a greater pace, at a greater level. And our program especially is a highly practical kind of program. It is not going to be doused in just theory. It will give you a lot of discipline. It will give you decision-making prowess, and it will only aid you in what you are. If we are teaching a CEO, if we are teaching a managing director, it is just designed for that individual and to handle the business of that scale. We are on a daily basis talking to some youngsters who are going to be the future unicorns, and you are one of them. Today, we are having good fortune of talking to you. You are a potential unicorn. And we are saying this first in this country with tea time, that you are the unicorn next. So coming back to the point I was making is that you should definitely join the ICFAI online MBA program. Beyond that, I will come back in the last few minutes, and I'll hand it over now to Professor Prasad if he has any points, and they'll come back. Okay.
I think I want to connect here. You see, we have tried to, we have a potential entrepreneur benefit for the program that we have designed, and what we actually try to do baseline is how do you convert your experience into MBA frameworks. This is what we try to do when we talk to entrepreneurs, because entrepreneurs or potential entrepreneurs, they are obsessed with their passion and their idea. Now the concepts are fine, but how do you put the prism of the concept in the middle, and how are you able to translate that experience?
That is very important, sir.
Absolutely.
Example, our Mahindra sir is there, no? So Mahindra, owner of Mahindra, sir. When he was born, there is no Twitter, but he is the star in Twitter. Means he updated himself.
Yes.
To use the technology, to use the terms, means he is upgrading. Means everybody need to upgrade at that stage, sir. That's why the upgradation is required for every human. So that's why still Steven Spielberg's movies most awaited movies in the world, because he's upgrading. Which 70 years old director movie we Indians are waiting? Because if you upgrade, even though if you are 70 or 80, people will wait for you. At any stage of your life, we have to keep on upgrading, sir. Upgrading the knowledge, upgrading to the trends. Means we have to learn. That's why each and every company, even though the why they take freshers is that they must not miss the freshness in the minds. That's why the company will take freshers. Even though there are few 2-3 years experience old also, they must not miss something this generated is thinking, something this generated gonna create. Like that, we have to keep on upgrading. The company is upgrading themselves by appointing the freshers in the company. Like that, our education also be
absolutely
upgrade to meet that.
I think very recently, starting from our orientation program, we have brought in the self, the concept of the self, that is actually customization. So we allow students to present about themselves, and then we toss in conceptual frameworks and ask them to respond to those conceptual frameworks purely from their experience. And this starts right from the orientation program. And I'm amazed at the feedback that I get every week from how students are presenting. In fact, Professor Sudhakar Rao, I was told that there is one person who runs an incubator, and he has a lot of experience with respect to 6 businesses which are there in his incubator. And that presentation actually adds a lot of value to the faculty members and all the other peers. So it's amazing, how you can convert your experience into a degree, but more than a degree, I think it adds value to in terms of how you see concepts and how you're able to marry your experience to concepts. Excellent, excellent.
Sir, the content of the course is really amazing. This content of the course you created is really amazing. But one point is missing, sir. I am desperate person to join such courses, and I didn't knew about it.
Oh,
See it must be your course must be known to so many people. Yes, sir.
I think the fun is in translating your experience. The fun is in how you use your own language, and through that, the program learns, your peers learn, you will also
Yeah,
learn. That is actually the fun.
very unique, very nice one, sir. Very unique, and congratulations, and definitely love to be a part of it, sir.
yes, credit goes to Professor Prasad for designing and architecting that particular course.
Oh, okay. Very nice, sir. Congratulations, sir.
Actually, that is also the reason why I'm trying to get more stories out of you, even in this forum, because I'm sure it will benefit a lot of the audience, to inspire the audience. And and inspiration is actually the cornerstone of not just the business. Even when you talked about it, actually inspiration. When you talk about what you're talking about, tea, there's a lot of inspiration in the tea.
Yes.
And that is taking the form of a break, and it's inspiration which is lacking in the common man's life. I mean, it is so mundane, it is so difficult to live life for the common man, that he needs inspiration. And any product which provides that, which is affordable to him and packages that inspiration, whether it is education or whether it is tea, I think there's a lot of value addition in that. Thank you very much. I think I end the cluster here, and I hand it back to Professor Sudhakar Rao.
Yeah, thank you very much. Since we are already hitting 9:15 p.m. and the new year is waiting for us, what I will do is I will summarize it, and I'll ask only one or two questions here and there. These are very small questions. One of the promising entrepreneur who is starting tea business in Telangana is asking you this question, Uday. The question is, you're doing so many, he writes also, brother, you're doing great stuff. Who is inspiring you to do all these things? That is the question.
Sir, vision, commitment, patriotism, it's a bundle of so many things. Sir. Joy, sir, everybody will have this. The people around you is earning. The people who trusted is you earning and creating the livelihood. That happiness is unlimited, sir, and I enjoy that.
Great. Great. I think amazing. And the more we listen to you, the more you are presenting those facts and those strategies, which are actually inevitable, because they are very strongly embedded with your way of thinking, with your vision and strategy. And whatever is inevitable will become your competitive strategy, and therefore you will win. I think management gurus, several books, have taught for hundreds of years this particular fact. But today we are conversing across the same single screen about somebody who is living these in real life and executing business and showing success, and unit economics becoming viable and making it profitable for that single franchisee who you call is your investor. I think 2,500 direct investors and several thousands of indirect investors who invest their emotion, who invest their value and life in the business that you do. So your business has acquired a status called business with human face. And that is an embodiment of a highest value that an entrepreneur can have. We wish you extremely roaring success on this aspect. And we want you to make it happen as soon as possible when we are all around and when we still talk about tea time on a daily basis. So thank you very much for that. And thank you very much for this time. So in summary, there are about 2-3 points I would like to capture, and then we will close. In a market in India where the tea drinking is a very good thing, you have identified gaps which others have not, and you have entered with price re-engineering and offered your product. This is, in other words, disruptive thinking, where a conventional product being offered in a very unconventional manner, but it is appealing to the basic human values, patriotism, synergies, and consistency. This is not business for the sake of commerce. This is business for the sake of emotional well-being and also economic well-being of all the participants.
livelihood, happiness.
On the happiness, yes. And everyone will feel happy because you have understood the way the role of tea is seen in this country compared to many others who have not understood it. For example, when you said that tea is a greater tool for giving you that break, which is much needed, either a break from your work, not just in office, a break from your work, even at home, a break in general is to understand the requirement of a human being and then positioning your product over there to satisfy that particular need and re-engineering all other possible things that are in your hands to do it. In the process, you have come to build a very strong monolith of supply chain because at your scale, others will not be able to compete. And those who can compete are actually not re-engineering their costs. I think some people will take so many years to reach your position, and some people have ignored these facts and gone forward and are making losses. You are exactly in between, and therefore, it is an unconventional way of doing business with a very, very conventional product, very strong need-based product, where you are bringing in the elements of strategy, brand consistency, quality, and templating the formula as well as the process formula, not just the product. I think these are very important points. That's the first point I wanted to mention. Second important block I want to talk about from your overall conversation, which is so interesting, is that you went abroad, you have seen the formats of business, you have come back for the love of the country, and you said Indians have to produce products which are affordable. Every single Indian deserves this kind of product. The deserves is a word which is very, very powerful in your talk. So many businesses, many startups, many entrepreneurs abroad, especially the US and Europe, are supported by very strong institutions. Very strong institutions like, say, Stanford supports in its campus and outside its campus many entrepreneurs, and therefore they rely a great deal. Even running businesses would have association with institutions like that. In India also we should do. Over the last 35 years, what ICFAI has done is...
Can I disturb you for a minute, sir?
No, sorry,
With this one, I got this one, sir. Sir, we already, sir, example, pizza means Italy. Massage means Thailand. Yoga means India. We missed it.
Yes.
We missed it. Means for that a design strategy. They must have built their strategy. Why blueberry means New Zealand?
True.
Even though the papaya is the most means with more health benefits, blueberry is priced high. They're getting the more value. Means we must means any brand. Apple means mobile means America. Automobiles means what it is Germany. Styling means France and Italy. What we have, sir?
Tea.
We are almost missing the yoga. Almost miss the yoga means if we might have designed very well with the strategy, means wherever we go, the Indian yoga teacher means they must have felt with pride and luxury of yoga teacher to be Indian, means they feel that luxury and how much employment might have created globally for that simple strategy if we design properly. At least we must not miss the teaser.
We would have missed the bus in the case of yoga and other products, but definitely we are not going to miss the bus for tea with entrepreneurs like you actually taking center stage.
Globally, we have to own the tea belongs to India.
Yes, yes. We have to make it belong to India.
Yes, sir.
We have to own the category and the product and the culture of
yes,
tea.
Sir. Yes,
and
sir.
That's what you're saying, that it should be synonymous with India.
Yes, sir.
Great. So I was mentioning, and I will conclude, that ICFAI, over the last 35 years, we have built quality institutions, and we started small like the way you started. Nobody starts big, and nobody will have entire vision on day one. We have evolving strategies. Our founder always mentioned in our strategy meeting subsequently, strategy is a word which you can use after several years, but you will practice it right from day one, but you will not tell the other one because other persons will not believe in your strategy unless it bears a fruit. Therefore, strategies are evolving. And entrepreneur's mind is a boiling pot of all these strategies. It will work with A, it will not work with B, it will work with C, and you will dovetail and navigate, and you will formalize, streamline, and 100 things happen. And that's the beauty of the learning of an entrepreneur when he or she is building up businesses like the way you have built businesses and the templates that you have actually today talked to the audience, which is not just in India, but US. So ICFAI would like to, as you have mentioned, you need to put in place several ideas. For example, we have world's best case research organization. We are only second or third in the world after Harvard and INSEAD. We write the best management cases in the world, and we win awards, roughly around a dozen awards, international awards, every single year. And our case authors are the best in the world for the last 6 years. Top best-selling case authors are from ICFAI. And what I'm trying to say and arrive at is that we will write cases on your story that will propagate the brand in the way it has to propagate. We will do all that is not done, because several things you are doing, and we will definitely approach you and write cases, and that will give you that will give the brand the much needed intellectual push as well. The intangibles will have to be built at the highest level, and then it will percolate down. The economics will be built at the lowest level, and then it will go up, and aspirations also will go up. So that template will have to follow. Strategies, we can work together. We can work with people. Right kind of people is extremely important. And today, at any point in time, we have a lack of students across ICFAI studying with us. So we have a large number of people. We are present in about 11 locations in universities, in business schools in 9 locations. So total, we are in 16 states and 20 campuses, and a large number of talented workforce that we have. I think we should talk. We will definitely meet beyond this conversation. And,
Yes,
and you also should keep talking to the youngsters of this country in multiple locations. That is a strategy in itself to become a thought leader. A leader who is so good in business will also have to appear as a thought leader, and there are ways and means in which it can be done. Not much on that ground has been done. You focused on product, you focused on the process, you focused on unit economics, you made it profitable, but the story has to be well told. That is, doing the good work is the first point, and telling the world about your good work is the second point. And the second point, time has come for you to tell the world. And also I am telling the world that we are in conversation with a potential unicorn on this leadership conversation, which is the 37th conversation on our platform. So thank you very much, Uday. I take the liberty of calling you by first name, not just because you are younger to me and most of us. It is because we have gained a lot of familiarity, and we have understood you in greater detail. We hold you very close to us. You are very dear to us. And that's why I'm calling you by first name. You also feel free to call me by first name. Professor Prasad, I'm sure, will agree with what I'm saying. But on behalf of ICFAI, we thank you for this time well spent with us and with our audience. We will continue to have many more interactions. And I would like to also come and meet you, and also I will take you to our campus and have a greater discussion. We have management development programs, executive development programs, executive education, online programs, several stuff that we have. And we have spent some time in this country to understand what it is. Professor Prasad himself headed a huge chain of business schools in this country, as large as 180 business schools in small towns in the places that one has not heard of. So he has a lot of stories to talk about. Yes, we will meet again. And till then, I want to thank you and your team for cooperating with us. And one more takeaway that I just got is that the largest number of people who joined for this webinar stayed for longest time. This has happened very, very rarely. It's not about absolute numbers. It's about the percentage of the people who glued in, who just joined. They continued till the end of the discussion. Most part of the discussion they stayed. So it says something about the rawness, originality, honesty, transparency that you bring with yourself. Your personality itself is a great inspiration. And I wish you all the best, and God bless you for your future accomplishments, Uday. Okay.
Thank you. Thank you, sir. Thank you.
So, ladies and gentlemen, we come to an end of this 37th webinar, which is a leadership conversation. We will meet you again without any break on 7th of January with yet another distinguished leader who has made a big name and put India on the world map. That is Mr. Rajiv Chilaka, who is the creator of Chota Bheem. He also hails from Hyderabad, and we will be in an interesting conversation with Mr. Rajiv Chilaka at 7:30 p.m. on 7th of Jan. Till then, all of you please take care on this last day of the first year of the second decade of the third millennium. I would like to take this opportunity to wish all of you a very happy new year 2022. May you have good health, peace of mind, happiness and prosperity in the year to come and also in the future. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for joining us.
Thank you, sir, and wish you a happy new year.
Thank you.
Happy New Year.
Thank you.